Good morning, everybody in YouTube land. So, Jelly Bean here. Haven't seen me for a while. Sun's getting ready to come up over those mountains over there. And this is just a little panoramic view of where Jelly Bean moved to. Yeah, I'm kind of staying up there. Little place, but not bad. Alright guys, so yeah. Steamboat, too expensive. And some issues going on there with the housing. So I decided to move a little north, take a better job. So I don't know, I think maybe today we'll do a little gear video. Talk about how some of the stuff lasted for, roughly 18 months on trails. Sorry guys, I just went down to Employee Lodge, had breakfast. It's good. Had lunch dinner yesterday. And I'll have lunch dinner later on today. Sorry guys, I'm gonna get back in here, warm up a little bit because it's like 28 degrees and it's like a mile something walk. Then I get to do as many times a day as I want to, or I can walk all over these hills. Alright guys, I'm gonna get inside, warm up, and hey, we'll do a little video today and talk about that gear. Good evening, everybody. So, here I am, northern Colorado, Montana, like 7 miles west of the CDT. So, in the mountains, elevation about 8,000-ish feet, 10,000 peaks all around me. Great place to be, great place to hang out. I'm going to be living here, so hey, working here, great place to be. So today, I just want to talk about some of my gear. Now, basically for the last 18 months, I've been hiking. PCT, then after that I did some small stuff, hung out in the desert, did some hikes around the Grand Canyon, then went out AT, did like 1,800 miles on that. I hate that trail, I really do. But basically that's all of it done now, except a little bit north New Hampshire. But it's just not a trail I enjoy. But I'm still out there 1,800 miles. And then came back out west, did some CDT, hiked around. I was going to do a big chunk, but elevation, I don't know what it was. But hey, I went up to Montana, did some hiking up there, hiking in Wyoming, Colorado. Yeah, so basically 18 months of having a great time, living the great lifestyle, being out in nature. But I thought today we'd talk about some of the gear, how it works, how it didn't work. Hey, right here, trekking poles. I'll start with that. So I did the PCT with the Black Diamond Alpine Carbon Cork. I love this pole. Great pole. Only problem is these clasps. One of them broke. So I had to jerry rig it up. And Black Diamond was going to send me some new ones. Never got to where they sent it way after I did. So I lived with them, jerry rigged, and they held up fine. The poles, I love them. I will definitely be buying another set of Black Diamond Alpine Carbon Cork. Almost $200, so they ain't cheap. Obviously, the cork's going to wear. I glued one of them back together. It was split. I glued it. I've hiked with it again. It's good. If I could only get a set of them clasps, and I think I'll order a set, and then these will be fine. But after these broke, it felt like another clasp was getting ready to go. So I got the Alpine Ergo cork, I believe is what these are. $140. $50 cheaper. I don't like them. They're aluminum. Those are carbon cork, or carbon fiber, I'm sorry. The clasp is a little nicer in a way. It's regular, you know what I mean. But because it's aluminum, these things would get all nasty and you couldn't adjust them anyways. There went dust from them. Yeah, they would just kind of corrode and oxidize, whatever, and you couldn't close them. I mean, I've gotten cars that hitches, and I'm banging them on the ground trying to get them to collapse. And then if I did, yeah, try to get them open. Especially if you're going to be post holing. Yeah, I don't think the aluminum, I just think it's going to bust. But they did okay on the Appalachian Trail and a bunch of other trails I hiked. I can't give them too much guff, but I really think the Alpine Carbon Cork are the way to go. Personal opinion, but both poles pretty good. The one's $50 cheaper. My duplex. I love my duplex. Now the zippers went out on it, and almost everybody I know seems to have that problem. So I sent it in. They replaced the zippers, and I took the guidelines off of the replacement tent, the loaner tent. Should have done that. I don't know if the aluminum on those was cheaper, but the first night using the new stays on the old tent or the new guidelines with the little T-bars, they both broke. So I had to get little carabiners. Worked out okay, but you know what the heck. $700. I definitely think it's worth it. It's a great tent. It feels like the Taj Mahal. Obviously, you can't set it up as tiny of a place in a lot of places, but if you watch my other videos, you can go up and down, tighten it for the ground, for rain, wind, vents, whatever. The Dyneema is starting to come apart. You get a through hike out of a tent, you really should be happy. I basically got two out of it. So, you know, I'm not going to complain. And I could hike with this still. The Dyneema at the floor, still 100% fine. But the outer shell, it's just starting to come apart. You can see, especially at night, when you're laying there, it's just kind of separating. And I put some tape on a bunch of spots on the AT, keep the rain out. But it's just degrading. Gonna happen over time. Gonna get another one of these. Love the duplex. I've looked at a lot of other tents. This is the one for me. You know, I thought about switching to a more freestanding, to a Big Agnes. Man, the weight, huge weight. And then couldn't get the ground sheet to do the fast fly setup. That's why I kept this for the AT. Yeah, I'm gonna order another one. Not right now, probably wait a little while. Never know if they're going to upgrade or downgrade. See what happens. Never know if somebody else is going to come up with something. But yeah, plan on getting another duplex. Love the tent. All right, what else we got here? So on the PCT, I started out with Mountain Hardwear, down 800 fill. I think it's rated like 28 degrees, something like that. I don't hike in them. I sweat my buns off, so I can't hike in these things anyhow. So it's camp use basically only, morning, evening. This thing I loved, but I was worried because of the rain on the Appalachian Trail that a down coat would not be good for me. So I got the Outdoor Vitals synthetic puffy. First off, go at least a size bigger. It's got some good things. It's got pit zips, which Mountain Hardwear didn't. But again, I don't hike in it. But this thing, way too tight. When it was really cold, I didn't really feel with my down quilt that this helped. It seemed like this was cutting out the down of the quilt. So I don't know if, because it's synthetic fiber, you know, it was really working against the quilt. But my Mountain Hardwear, seems like when I wear that, you know, I'm just more toasty warm in the quilt when it gets really cold. So maybe the synthetic just blocks, you know, the heat from getting to the quilt. But I always felt cold if I had to wear this in the quilt. If I took it off, I actually felt a little warmer. So that's kind of what I'm guessing. But not a bad jacket, especially the price. It was almost impossible to get one. They never sent it. You couldn't get a hold of anybody there. Customer service is a big but. with COVID, everybody's customer service has really sucked. So I mean, hey, not a bad jacket. It's only like 100 and something bucks. Where the Mountain Hardwear, most of the down jackets from the bigger names, pretty pricey. So, I'm gonna keep it. But if I do another long distance hike, which I know I'm going to, it's gonna be probably either that Mountain Hardwear I have, or maybe a Mont Bell. Depends on money, obviously. But it's probably gonna be another down jacket. Didn't really see the benefits of the synthetic. Again, really don't hike with it because I sweat too much, and so the rain, no issue with the jacket. But I mean, they both held up good. I definitely used the Mountain Hardwear a lot more. It was colder on the PCT, excuse me. People don't think it gets cold in the desert. Sun goes down, it gets cold. I was wearing that thing every night. On the AT, there were a lot of times it was too hot to do anything. So, but hey, I think for me, down. All right, Cedar Ridge Outdoors quilt, 10-degree quilt. I love my quilt. I washed it before the AT. Really didn't smell after the PCT. So dry out there, except till you get north, that yeah. And I always wear sleeping clothes. Big bonus. I don't get in my tent all nasty, sweaty. Yeah. So try to keep my stuff cleaner. The only thing here on the Cedar Ridge Outdoors, which they said could not happen, the down migrated from all these vertical baffles to the outer baffles. Guys were great though. I saw them at trail days. Told me it couldn't happen. I showed it a quilt, and they're like, "Hey, we'll make you another one." So I got another one, got a new one. So, but you know what? I love my Cedar Ridge 10-degree, and I used it the whole time. AT, PCT, in between. With a quilt, you can always stick your leg out here or there. I was never too hot in this, really. I mean, I get warm, and I was still wearing sleep clothes, a long sleeve shirt, and a pair of liners. And I never was too hot. I mean, yeah, I put my leg out, maybe take it off for a little while. On the AT, there were a couple nights I didn't even get this out because it was just so hot and sticky. I didn't want to get this nasty. But any night by 3-4 a.m., you were curled up in this thing. Even when it was 55, 60 degrees at night, 70. It just, I don't know what about a down quilt is so nice. It just, you can get the ventilation, sleeping bag. Yeah, never again. I will never be in a sleeping bag again. Quilt, definitely the way to go. And you know what? For all the miles and all the nights, I'm sleeping in it right now. I love the thing. I still use it instead of getting under covers. I sleep better in this thing. Yeah, the foot box is still together. Inside, there's a little fraying, but I mean, nothing bad at all. I mean, this thing can go. You take care of this like I have, you can get hike after hike out of these things. The big thing is, don't get them nasty. Go in sleep clothes. They last, man. They really last. And hey, props to Cedar Ridge. There's no rips, tears. This thing's holding up great. It really is. Like I said, they sent me a new one. So, good company. They're out of Tennessee. Check them out. That's, most of my big gear. Now, I started out the PCT with the ULA. And I still love ULA packs. Got it out in my car right now. Love it. The only thing I was worried about was my ULA sucked up water when it rained. Even with the the pack cover on it, it went through. But it's a great pack. Love the ULA. But so I switched to the Hyperlite. Man, Hyperlite. Can't really say anything bad about them. It's a really comfortable pack. If you're not used to a frameless, it's not going to be like your Osprey. Not going to have that big ventilation on your back. But these Hyperlite are pretty darn comfortable, I'll tell you. The only issue I had is down here on the bottom. And if you watch my other videos, I talked about this. Water comes in this mesh, makes a bowl, goes right up into the bottom of the pack. A lot of people thought they were getting it through the bottom here. That's not where mine was getting it. It was going through that, makes a bowl. So if you buy one, I would recommend taking the time, seam sealing the outside of that bowl. Then from the inside where the two Dyneema fabrics are sewn. Sorry, I don't know why my voice is going off. But where that's sewn, take the time. It's going to take you a long time. It's hard to get in there. But seam seal it, try to keep as much of that water out of there. But other than that, I really enjoy the pack. I had some issues with the Y strap that goes over the top. The clips kept breaking. One of them was one of the outfitters in Tennessee gave me a ride back to trail. He grabbed my pack by this to jank it out of his truck. Don't do that. It's not a handhold. That's what the thing in the front's for. That's what that's for. So that one snapped. But then later on, I was taking care of it, and I did have another one break. So, but only issue really, water, that. Other than that, hey, it's still holding up. Looks like crap. The AT's dirty. I mean, it's dirty. If I bought another one of these, I would definitely get it in black. But when I got this was the only one I could get. And I do have another white one. It's a different model. It's the one with the full Dyneema pouch instead of the netting. I like the netting a lot better because anything you put in here is going to dry better. Couldn't get the other one. So they sent me the one with the Dyneema. Don't know. I may order the black one in the same model, 4400. Yeah, it's huge, right? But it fits a bear can horizontally, which 34 will not. So you guys getting ready to do the PCT, bear can horizontal in the 4400. That's the BV 500. I don't know about the other brands. BV 500 fits in there. All right, just some little fun things. These shoes, I don't even remember what they were called now. Free Waters, I think. I got them off of Amazon. I ordered 100 pairs, it seemed like, of different styles, trying to get camp shoes. These things I love. I'm going to try to find a new pair. The bottom sole has aged, and it's now like an ice skating shoe. If you walk on anything, it just slides so bad. Degradation of the material, whatever it is. The foam started ripping away from here, but you know what? I just bought some goo, whatever it was. I don't even remember the kind, and did it back together, and they're still great. It just slides too much now. You can barely walk, and if you had to go, you know what? On wet, moist, dewy grass or stuff, you're going to be on the bum real quick. But I'm going to find another set of these. Everything else I tried to find had no cushion, you know, was just not enjoyable to wear. These things I loved on the PCT. Because of the slipperiness, I didn't wear them as much on the AT. And at the same time, I didn't really hang out much outside my tent. It was cook dinner, go to sleep. The AT was a different bird. I didn't feel it. Yeah. Of course, I'm a little older, so you know, I don't know. All right, but you know what? Camp shoes, guys. I guarantee it's something you need to have. You don't have to, but comfort, getting your sweaty, wet shoes off, letting your feet air out, lunchtime, breakfast, morning, noon, night, whenever. I loved them. Knock water bag. Yeah, oops, I thought it was right there. It's not, but I love it. Knock water bag on the PCT when a friend of mine, Bradley, gave a ride back to trail. Mine somehow got popped. Um, so I had to go with the Sawyer Squeeze bags. God, those things suck. I don't know why they don't get rid of them. Nobody uses them. Well, a couple people do, and everybody looks at them like, what the heck are you doing? Um, Either put the thing right on your water bottle, which I can't do, or get a knock. Those Sawyer Squeeze bags suck. But that knock water bag, I love it, dude. It adds to your water carrying capability. Throw a couple liters, 2 liters. You get the big mama 3 gallon or 3 liter if you want. To me, that one's too big, but each to his own. 2 liter. Hey, it let me carry 8 total liters of water if I had to on a PCT. A lot of water. So hey, loved it. Other than that, clothing. Obviously, you're gonna wear out here and there. My Obos, I still love. I still think they are the best hiking shoe out there. With that said, if you guys have watched my videos, I'm trying to switch to the Ultras. Obos don't dry once they get wet. There's so much material. It's got a canvas leatherish upper. It's got the holes and stuff, but it doesn't dry. It doesn't dry. But it's a great shoe, great support, great tread. I never had one issue in those shoes, except when REI sent me the wrong style on the PCT. That wasn't Obo's fault. It kind of was. It was the wrong shoe in the right box. But who are we gonna blame? We ain't gonna blame nobody. But the Tamarack was not a shoe for me. Sawtooth 2, thumbs up. I do have 2 pairs of the Ultras right now. I got a 5.0 of the Lone Peaks, and I got an Olympus 4 4.0. I'm wearing them both. Haven't really had any issues. Haven't put a lot of miles on them in one day, but I'm trying to get used to the zero drop. Of course, where I'm working and living, I just bought a pair of Obos, the mids, and some Gators because I'm gonna get some snow up here. We've already had an 8-inch snowfall and like a 5-inch snowfall last week when I was just a little bit south. So I know it was here too. And you'll see in some of the pictures of around here, it's still there, but it's been pretty warm last few days. In the evening, it was 65 today almost. So most of it here at 8,000 is gone. But all right, guys. Now what's going to happen next? I don't know. I'm here at a great place, hoping everything works out. Seems like it's great opportunity. Do I want to hike the CDT, and do I plan to? Yes, I definitely do. But I've given my word here that I'm gonna be working here. I'm not just here for 5 months. So, you know what? I'm always gonna plan like I'm going hiking because I don't want to be caught with my pants down. But I think I'll be here for a while. But I'm definitely gonna hike the CDT. Now, other than that, we're gonna try to do some snowshoeing this year. I'm in a great place to do it. Elevation, lots of snow. Get used to hiking more in the snow. If I get used to the snowshoes, maybe I'll send them on the next trip. I've seen people carry snowshoes on CDT. Not a lot though. So I don't know. I'm going to see what they're like. I mean, they're pretty heavy. But right now, I'm not going to, rule anything out because you never know what's going to happen. Never know what's going to happen with Jelly Bean. Hey, this place seems great. Looks like a great opportunity, but you never know, right? So, but right now, I'm going to be here. Going to be trying to get out and do some hiking. Just moved up here yesterday. So, didn't have a chance really yesterday, today. Wanted to get some stuff done. I bought a new phone, trying to figure all that out. Thinking about a new way to do my videos. New Samsung, no memory card. So I have to order a external memory drive, see how that works. But all right, guys, that's kind of my gear video for just how things lasted. Most of the gear, guys, if you take care of it, it's going to last you. And again, I've saw people on trail that had $25 tents. I saw tents, the Hyperlight Pleximate or whatever the heck it's called. Ultimate. I can't remember what that one's called. What's that, like $1,500 when you get the insert and every, come on. That's getting a little crazy, you think, but $700 for a duplex. It's your budget, right? But you don't have to go crazy high. You can go low. If you take care of the gear, it's going to last. Condensation, single wall to double wall. I talked about that in my other videos. Again, the duplex, it's going to get some condensation, but if you pitch it right, it's pretty, pretty manageable. If you're in a fog, top of a mountain, in a rainstorm, you're gonna be wet. No way around it, but it's not bad. Hey, so all right, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Maybe gave you an idea of how things held up. Again, I always carried too much stuff, but it's your body, right? I saw people with these little packs like this, and they quit just as much as the guys with the 800-pound packs, or girls. So, you know what? I really don't think it matters. It's all up to you. If you're a Graham weenie, do your thing. I want to be more comfortable. I'm going to carry more socks, more clothes, sleep socks, extra stuff. And I always carry extra food because you never know. Sorry, guys. That's the news right now. Jelly beans on the border. Wyoming, Colorado. It's all right.
Yeah, guys, these are some of my neighbors. Guess I'm spooking them walking back. I think something from the lodge probably spooked them because they don't seem too worried about me, but there's a whole bunch of elk. See how well I can zoom in there, but this new zoom doesn't seem to be working as well. There they are, my neighbors, all over the ranch. And just to show you, they just walked over that hill right there, and that's where I'm staying. So yeah. There's elk.
All right, guys. So yeah, great moon out tonight. Yep, all my neighbors. So I'm gonna try to do this on a new video editing format. We'll see what happens. But I'm gonna try to get out every weekend and do some hiking up here. There's a lot within driving distance of me. I mean, like Tabletop Mountain. It's not too far away. I mean, there's all kinds of stuff. Like I said, I'm just west of the CDT. Sorry, guys. Thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. You guys have a great evening, morning, afternoon, wherever you are. And we'll see you next time. Jelly Bean Hikes. Good night.